Hello everybody, it's me Mr. Farina here. I'm here to talk about the finding textual evidence football versus Futbol assignment we got going on here. So the first thing you're going to do here is you're going to type in your name. So if your name is Daniel Farina, like mine, that's what you would put here. But you're going to put your first and last name. Make sure you have capitals for both your first and last name. Thank you very much. All right, next thing we're going to do is says find each piece of textual evidence in the evidence bank provided and highlight or underline it with the color specified. So you might be thinking, wait a minute, we normally do this with crayons or markers in class or highlighters in class, and I can't use a highlighter on my computer screen or phone screen or whatever you're using, right? So what you're going to do is use the tools available to us on Google Docs, and I will show you that in just a second. Actually, you know what? I can show you that right now. So up here, and actually go to the left a little bit. I didn't get all my screen. But you'll see that there's a highlight color tool, right? If you highlight over it. If it's not there, you might need to make your screen bigger. Maximize it so that all these things show up. And what you're going to do is this first question says, for items 1 through 4, you'll be citing textual evidence to support what the text says explicitly. So what it actually says directly. You can read it word for word in there, right? So find the sentence that tells what the most popular sport in the world is and highlight it in blue. So if we're going to do it in blue, what the most popular sport in the world is, we're going to go down to our evidence bank. So I'm just scrolling down, right? And it says text evidence bank. And again, it says for each item, find the appropriate pieces of evidence and highlight or underline in the requested color. So we're looking for actually, let me go back up. It says looking for the most popular sport in the world, where it says that. So let's go back down. So which one talks about it being the most popular sport in the world? Both sports allow 11 players on the field. It has nothing to do with being popular, right? Soccer players will continuously play with a few breaks, but the football clock stops frequently between plays. It doesn't really talk about being popular. Once became too American, nothing about popular. Because of this, injuries can be more. We're talking about injuries, we're talking about football and gridiron. So it's not really talking about being popular. So let's look at this side. Though it originated more than 2,000 years ago in China, it was Britain that refined the rules. It's talking about the rules. Scoring in football is infinitely more complicated. No. Football, known to Americans and Canadians as soccer, is the most popular sport in the world. Hey, there's that word we're looking for, right? We're looking for the most popular world in the sport. So this is probably going to be my answer. And the last one, football is considered a collision sport, meaning that players purposely hit or collide with each other during typical gameplay. No, it doesn't talk about being popular. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna click on this box and highlight all these words. You could even actually, inside the box, if you double click, keep clicking, like it, boom. If I keep clicking, you'll see everything gets highlighted for me, right? And now I'm going to go back to these tools that I was talking about, and I'm going to choose my highlight color. So it said to highlight it in blue. So I'm going to go with this blue, and then boom, I can click off. And that's a nice blue, right? But you can barely see the words. So what actually I'm going to do is I'm going to switch it to a different blue. Let's say this blue. It's still blue, and it still works, and it's easier for me to see. You can pick whatever blue you guys want. It really doesn't matter. I just prefer a different one. So you can mess around with other blues. There you go. That's my blue I like. All right. So that's answer number 1, right? I'm done with this one. I'm going to go to the next one. Find the sentence that tells how the two sports are similar and highlight it in green. So how are the sports similar? So let's see here. Both sports allow 11 players on the field at any time. That's talking about similarities, right? Soccer players. Okay. Once it becomes too American, the British stop using it because it's injuries, football's another. So that's probably going to be my best answer because it talks about similarities between both of them, right? So it said I'm going to highlight in green. So again, I'm going to click here, highlight all these words. Or again, you can just click one word in here a few times until all of it highlights. And then I'm going to click green. So again, I'm just going to find one of these greens. And boom, there we go. Both sports allow 11 players on the field at any time. So let's go back up here. Now that's these. I did 1 and 2 for you guys. You guys can do 3 and 4. So let's go to this next section. It says for items 5 through 8, you'll be citing one piece or multiple pieces of textual evidence to support inferences drawn from the text. That just means inferences are things you can assume, right? You can assume these things are happening. So let's see here. Find one piece of evidence that shows you that British prefer to keep their identities unique and separate from those of Americans. So where are they thinking? I don't want to be like Americans. I want to be, the British way. And we're going to highlight that in orange. So let's check here. Soccer players will continuously play with few breaks, but the football clock stops frequently between plays. Once it became too American, the British stopped using it. That kind of seems like what we're looking for, right? So this is something I can use. So I'm going to highlight that in orange. Boom. Once it became too American, the British stopped using it. And you can actually keep looking and see if there's anything else that would be more talking about how British like to be unique or different, right? Okay. I think that's our best answer after I looked over some of these. And again, guys, if I'm moving too quick, just pause it, rewind it. That's what the beauty of having a video is even if I'm moving quickly, just go back and listen for it again. And then also you guys can always ask us questions by leaving comments or emails. I'll do one more with you guys. So we did orange. I'll go down to red. Find one piece of evidence that shows why playing soccer requires more cardiovascular endurance than playing football, and highlight in red. So where does it show me that you need cardiovascular endurance, or requires more cardiovascular endurance? That means like heart health, like you're able to run more, and that's kind of what it's talking about when it says cardiovascular endurance. Like you're able to do something for a long period of time. So where does it show that soccer requires more than football? Let's see here. Soccer players will continuously play with few breaks, but the football clock stops frequently. Hey, that's the first one I read, and it looks like that's probably our answer, right? That soccer players will continuously play with few breaks, but the football clock stops frequently. This means soccer players are playing the whole game, when football players, they get to stop, right? And they get in their huddles, and they go on the sidelines. So that's going to be my answer. I'm going to go here, highlight it, and I'm going to switch it over to red. And there we go. We got 4 of these done. So you guys need to do the rest of them on your own. There's 4 left. I'm sorry, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm bad at counting. 5 left. And if you guys are confused, if some of these don't make sense to you, please let us know. We'll help you guys out. I hope this was clear enough. If it's not, again, guys, we're still trying to figure this out and help you guys out. Good luck. Oh, afterwards, you're going to have a button on the top right that says turn in or submit or something like that. Make sure you guys do that so that we know that you finished this. All right, Mr. Farina signing out. Good luck.